Hi guys and welcome back. It is October and my Atemoyas are almost ready. So just a quick update on my African Pride and my Gaffner, my two most advanced trees here in my garden. And this is my African Pride. And as you can see here, look at these guys. Wow, almost ready. These guys are almost a pound. And just look at how many there are. I was a little bit ambitious this season, and wow, they are doing it. And some of these guys here, I pollinated late, so I can enjoy these guys up until March or April of next year. But just look at it. Wow, almost every single one of them. Look at that. I would say 3/4 of a pound for these guys here. Look at that. And this guy here, this is I would say 3/4 as well. But some of these guys, I think this guy right here, this is almost a pound. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Wow. So they still have a little bit more to go. So these guys will be a little bit bigger. But just look at it. Wow. African Pride. This guy is coming along nicely. And this, I believe this guy is the biggest one right here on this tree. And this is easily a pound right there. And it is not ready to be harvested yet because you can see the colors are still a little bit teal and stale. So when they become ready, there's a little shine to it and they become a little bit yellow greenish. So maybe soon. But some of these guys here, this guy here, I pollinated late, so I can enjoy it later. But just look at it. I got some more up top here. So these guys here, I pollinated late as well. So those will get big once I harvest these guys. One more up here. Look at that. Beautiful. So I have about, I would say 25 fruits on this flimsy tree. Flimsy, it is pretty flimsy. Let me zoom out. So let's see. I can shake it. Pretty flimsy, right? But about 20 something fruits. 25, 26 fruits. Just look at that tree. I would say maybe about 8 to 9 feet tall. Not a very big tree. But man, look at these fruits. Isn't that something? So these guys, so right now it's pretty much like the middle of October. So these guys here are pretty much far ahead of the trees in my yard here. So this guy here will probably be ready for me to harvest in a few weeks. At the beginning of November. So most likely I will do another video on how to harvest and ripen your Atemoyas and eat it. So that's coming up on the next video. So when something like this, right? So when it is ready to be harvested first, you may have about maybe 2 to 3 months to keep it on the tree, and to harvest in that time frame. So these guys are very flexible. So this is my African Pride. Let me zoom out more. Not that big of a tree. The trunk is still very small. Let's see. Let's see. So the trunk is still. Let me see. Oh, so the trunk is I would say maybe an inch and a half. So not very big yet. So this year, well, like all the years, really, I pretty much sacrifice growing the tree and just and grow the fruit instead. So I have so many fruits on here. So I think that takes away a lot of the energy and the nutrient to grow the tree, to grow the branches and the main trunk to be big. So so you pick one or the other, right? Enjoy fruits, or you want to grow your tree. But I think this tree is about 20 something fruits. I'm happy. you know ideally I want this tree to give me at least 100 fruits, but that's gonna be like 4 or 5 years down the road, which I'm okay with. But just look at that, man. Wow. All right, enough of that. Let's go over to my Gaffner. So I'm a little bit more ambitious on my Gaffner than my African Pride as well. Look at these guys. So these guys will pollinate a little bit later, after the African Pride, so they are still smaller. They're smaller, but just look at that. Isn't that something? Let's zoom a little bit here. Uh, so some of these guys are still smaller. So these guys here will definitely be ready for me to harvest comes Lunar New Year, which is actually the goal for these guys. Because right now at the store, if they have some any to sell, these guys cost about like $14 to $17 a pound. However, when Lunar New Year comes, these guys here are gonna be about 20 something dollars a pound. So yeah, so you want so if you're on the commercial side, you kind of want to have these during that time to reap the most benefit. But for me here, I pretty much have family members, friends that I can give away to, and I may look into selling these as well to come in this Lunar New Year. So I might give that a try and how it goes. But man, look at that, beautiful. So to me, the Gaffner looks a little. I like the look of the Gaffner better than the African Pride, but the African Pride taste wise probably tastes better than the Gaffner, just a teeny bit. Some of these guys are big too. Let's see. This guy's is big. I say half a pound. These guys up here all looks to be half a pound. So they are getting close. Still October. So finishing October, November, December, and January. So 3 months left before Lunar New Year. So these guys are gonna do quite fine, just fine. And these two right here are my PPC. This is a grafted branch right here, grafted PPC, and this is how you know when you're pretty comfortable with your tree. So I'm using this branch here to hold these guys up. If I did not do that, this branch here might have broken off. So if you're new to the game, you may put a stake right here and hang this up, or tie this to another branch. Here I'm just hanging over this branch. So yeah, PPCs, beautiful as well. So let's zoom out and take a look at this tree. So this tree is similar to the African Pride, not too big, small, still flimsy. I got a stake right there in the middle to hold it up. Actually, I'm actually training this guy too as well, because when I started out, still a noob, so the branches were growing sideways. So I have to tie them and pull them up so they can grow upward. Similar over here. So this guy here was actually growing that way, and I tied it is upward. So maybe a few more years before that things can get a little bit bigger and the wood harden, and then it'll stay that way. But right now, it needs some help. But look at that. This is my favorite view right here. Look at that. Wow. So mid-October, this is how far I have gotten. Leave a comment below if you're actually growing and following my channel. Let me know how far along you guys are. Whether your fruits are as big as mine, bigger than mine, how your trees are doing. But man, I am excited. So this tree has more fruits than my African Pride. Look at that, beautiful, great shape. All right, guys, that's it. Just a quick update on my Atemoyas, my two most favorite trees here for the Atemoyas, my African Pride and my Gaffner. All right, if you like the content, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to stay up to date with me and my trees and follow along on this season here, this journey, or come to the next season, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and you guys have a good day.